making a blog, making a web page, making a product. Output to me just means that there's something out there that's still existing that you created. So I don't need to really tell you the definition there. Output, guys. Input, no. Output, yes. You have to do that, or you're not doing yourself any favors. Input is fantastic, but by the time you bring this information in, process it, I'm a hypocrite here because I do focus it on output, especially things that I have no background in, and then I try to learn it as much as possible. Physics, language, which I failed miserable at both, but physics, I'm on a physics kick like you wouldn't believe, trying to understand how in the world they predicted all of this. How did the universe come into existence? And at first you're like, there's no way anybody could know, so you just stop there. But then when you start to read the research and figure out how they actually, from Isaac Newton, from him discovering a couple core principles, and I don't even believe he was the first one to discover it, but starting to put it down, and then he started creating a language, calculus, to explain it. So based off core principles like gravity, that triangles, angles will all, I believe, equal up to 90. They started to discover more and more and more, and then they took it to the point where they were able to understand what planets were made out of based on their color, based on how they were burning, based on experiments we could do at home. Because of eclipses, they could see that time was bending around the Earth. I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that one. They could see from oxygen and hydrogen collecting in the atmosphere that with great pressure, it can cause fusion. It can fuse, and I believe that's why lightning exists, and that's what's going on internally into the stars. In any case, more is being discovered at all points. If you don't believe, this is all you really need. They split an atom. Okay, so if scientists split an atom and created that type of impact, then you should say, well, maybe they know something. Not all scientists. Physicists are trying to discover the future. Physicists are trying to, that was the original intention of physics. What's going to happen in the future? A prediction model. There's other scientists out there that have lab coats that I don't believe one bit, because their science is based on nonsense, could never be proven. There's a lot of mathematicians out there. Mathematicians don't care about reality. They only want to see what's true in mathematics. So that information gets out there and just doesn't necessarily apply. You want a marriage between all of them. And diet, nutrition, science is just, all you do is sell products with that. You just take a cancer cell, you put it on a petri dish, and you hit it with some red wine particles, and the cell dies, and then you publish a study saying that red wine kills cancer cells. That's how that works. In any case, guys, this has really gone off the high performance model. I'm just throwing things out there. This is just as much a learning experience for me as for you, to get to know you guys, to push, to believe, to make sure you're more productive, and to make an army out there, an army that's going to support me and that I'm going to support no matter what. So that's what vow we should be making with these, is we support each other. We get it. No matter what happens, guys, when you start making friends with me on Facebook and Twitter, and you send me emails, you're part of the army. I'm thinking Jeff, I'm thinking Mary, I'm thinking Kristen, I'm thinking Mona, I'm thinking Siggy, Howard, Christy, my wife, of course, Erica, Alex, Sean, Lauren, Jordan, Leslie, Brad, keep on going. You got a million people, everybody, David, Felicia. I'm leaving people out here, I'm sorry. Audra. Let's see, we got Lisa. We got everybody, David. I got to keep on pushing. There's too many people to mention. Mona. People that, if I go down, they're not going to let me go down without a fight. So that's the type of people you need in your side, and that's what I'm doing here. If I create a voice, I get followers, I get people listening to me. We're going to have a voice. We're going to have a seat at the table, and then they can't stop us. And that's really what I'm focused on. And all the CKO franchises. I don't mention that as much, guys, and it's fine if I'm talking about later in the podcast. At some point, maybe they thought I was a little nutty. They recognize that my class structure is fantastic. They recognize that I understand motivation and how to push and teach people. But they believe my marketing. And my marketing is meant to be fun and a reflection of me, guys. I read too many books. I've read every single guru. All I can tell you is that they all completely disagree with themselves. So you got to be you. If I'm all over the place dyslexic and then I'm presenting a really, cleansed image of me, like, I'm a scientist and I got my test tubes and I just organize everything like the guy from Beautiful Mind. I don't do that, guys. I'm a maniac, okay? I look at a situation, I just start doing stuff. So if I got to start figuring, I just start doing it. And I learn and move on. So it's a reflection of me, and I think that's more honest and that's more fun. So initially when I was looking at the weight loss industry and the Jillian Michaels, and what I don't like about it is none of them are humans. Either they don't have personalities or, right, they have zero personality, or they are not allowed to talk because their investors are scared they're going to say something stupid. But I'm really not getting I don't have investors. So I can say stupid stuff because it's honest, guys. And what's going to happen in the future? What's going to happen in 5 years, 10 years? Don't you want to know about me? Don't you want to know about my struggles? Don't you want to know what I did right, what I did wrong, how I learned from it? And if you don't know me, guys, I should probably introduce myself. I'm Michael Andrula from Hoboken, New Jersey, the youngest of 4 brothers, one room to Ann and Vinny. My aunt, Ro, lived on an apartment above, and she's basically like my other mother, but we call her Ro. I don't know. It was weird, guys. I'd never felt comfortable. I was very mama's boy. My other brothers would just, if they came to sit and eat dinner, they would eat dinner and just walk away and not clean their plate or anything. And I would help my mom and I would clean my plate and I would be like the little girl in there, which I probably not a good confidence builder, but that's who I was. And I didn't want to go to school. I wanted to stay home with my mom. So I used to be really attached to her. But school was sucky. School was horrible to me. I didn't like school. In Hoboken, the schools I went to, Calabro was great. I went there for 4 years. Then went to Brand School. Brand School was not good at the time. Kids were being left back. Kids in my grade were like full-grown men. Bullies that's happened every single day. The amount of fights I got into was just way too much for any type of education to go on. You didn't know what was going on. It was wild. So I had great friends after school. We used to do fun stuff, play wiffle ball and everything. Got a gun pulled out on me in 7th grade by some kid. I don't know, this kid just had a problem with me. I was with this girl, and he just had a problem with it. He just... 3 years older. That's a big deal back then too. 3 years older. Pulled the gun out. Nothing happened. Wish him all the best. That's how you do. That's how you deal with that. You could tell if somebody's going to shoot right away. Anyway, boom. High school. Went to Hoboken High for a year. Not even a year. A couple months. Went to Hudson Catholic. That's where they really broke me. Made me efficient. Made me disciplined. Went to Scranton University. Studied business there. Realized the business teachers really didn't have any idea, and college in general. What are they going to prepare you? They teach college. They teach their professors in college. Are they going to have any idea to open or operate a business in 2014? Not really. But I did make great connections, pushed it, trained a lot of people there. I used to come back and train people at the gym, and now I'm missing huge chunks of my life. Just give me a little tidbits, guys. I'm sure you're bored and turned off by now. Anyway, I got to get going. I got to get my workout on. Remember, if nothing else you remember from this podcast, the most valuable thing, protect your psychology. Develop your psychology. Use your physiology to correct your psychology. Use your physiology. Move. be productive. Output, not input, guys. Hit me up on all the multiple topics I probably threw out there. Later.